The Silent Watcher of Hinterkaifeck. In 1922, a small German farmstead called Hinterkaifeck became the site of one of the most brutal and baffling unsolved murders in European history. But it wasn't just a murder. The sign started days before. The story: Andreas and Kazilia Gruber lived with their adult daughter Victoria, her two young children, and their maid. They were quiet people, isolated on their farm in rural Bavaria. But not back out. A few days before the murders, Andreas told neighbors something strange. He had found footprints in the snow leading from the forest to the house. He also said he'd heard footsteps in the attic, and the keys to the tool shed had gone missing. But he didn't report it to the police. The maid, meanwhile, had quit 6 months earlier. She said the house was haunted. She claimed she kept hearing voices and footsteps when no one else was around. The crime: on March 31st, 1922, something horrific happened. One by one, every member of the family, including the new maid, who had just arrived that day, was lured into the barn and killed with a pickaxe. Someone had fed the animals, milked the cows, and eaten meals in the kitchen after the family was already dead. The killer then entered the house and murdered the children in their beds. The bodies weren't discovered until 4 days later. But here's the creepy part. Neighbors said they saw smoke coming from the chimney the day after the murders. The killer had stayed in the house, living there. The mystery: police investigated over 100 suspects. No one was ever arrested. No clear motive. No robbery. Nothing stolen. The killer had carefully hidden the bodies, cleaned the tools, and even tucked blankets over the dead. The autopsies revealed the daughter, Victoria, had survived for hours after the attack. She had torn out chunks of her hair, and yet no one heard a thing. Others think the previous maid was right. The house was never empty. To this day, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved. The house was destroyed by locals a year later. The murder weapon was discovered hidden in the attic, where Andreas said he heard noises. Some say it was a neighbor. Some say it was someone living in the walls.